Well, that's exactly my reading experience in a nutshell. Like, every time I open a book, my imagination kicks into high gear. And it's like I'm having a mini cinema inside my head. How do you read books? Hey there, my book lover friends. Have you guys ever felt like every time you read a book, you feel like you're not just reading a book, but you're also watching and imagining a little movie inside your head? Well, that's exactly my reading experience in a nutshell. Like, every time I open a book, my imagination kicks into high gear. And it's like I'm having a mini cinema inside my head. So let me take you guys onto an adventure to see if you guys experience the same thing I experienced when I read. So like, I was curled up in my bed with a cup of milk by my side. Well, I think tea would make it more dreamy, but never mind. I prefer milk. It tastes so much better. So with a novel in my hand, as I delved into the stories, the words on the page just basically transform into a movie and take me to a whole new different place with different characters around me. And it feels like I'm not in my bed anymore. I'm in somewhere else. So the place that this book and my mind took me was a quaint fairy tale world. Yeah, it was a very glittery, dreamy fairy tale world indeed, with princesses, castles, and even the hidden place of trolls and goblins, their territories. And it was literally everything that a fairy tale world could have. With every word in this book, the fairy tale world, came true before my eyes, came real before my eyes. And I feel like I could literally see the glitters on the princess's dress, and I could smell the foul smell of the trolls and goblins, and I could also feel like I'm walking in the middle of a very captivating forest. The characters were amazing too. The author described them with such depth that they felt like old friends to me. I felt like each of them had their own unique quirks, from the way they speak to their facial expressions that I imagined. I have to say, I was a silent observer, watching their lives unfold with every turn of the page. The plot was an absolute roller coaster to me. Like, the highs and lows, the twists and turns of each book are all played out in my mind like a blockbuster movie. I laughed with the characters during their moments of joy, and I felt a lump in my throat when I see them face heart-wrenching challenges. It was as if I was their companion, playing, going alongside with them and experiencing everything they experience. But what is the best part about this? I had control over this movie. So if a passage is particularly beautiful, I could rewind and savor it again. If I cannot picture a character the way that the author or the illustrations in the book intended, I could tweak it a little bit to match my imagination, to adjust to my imagination. It's a level of personalization, okay, that's a long word, that you just can never get from a traditional movie. I'm the director of my own film, guys. You know what? Every time I open a random book I've read, the stories, the movies, the scenes that I've imagined immediately appeared in my head. And it's an unchangeable experience, because if I've imagined a movie before, then I cannot change it if I read it again. So that's why each author leaves a mark in my head with the stories, the movies, the scenes, the emotions they bring to me through their way of writing and telling stories. And you know what? This is also a way for me to appreciate more the art of writing and the amount of dedication that authors put into their books. That enables me to imagine such detailed sceneries. It is also a way for me to remember more the values, the morals, the lessons that each book brings to me. So I'm not sure if you guys could train this, practice this, because I've had this I've done this thing since I know how to read and I started reading stories. So if you guys also do that, then that is an absolutely amazing thing. And if you guys don't do the same thing as me, then how do you read books?